are ready to listen, discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Kiman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up, we
Talk
hear
Today
from...
is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration.
Yes, it's brought to you by them too. We're going to be hearing from the Pursuit of Excellence, the Lloyd Barker Foundation, and it's Ready, Set, Learn events. And, of course, we'll open up the phone lines so you can tell us what's on your mind. Talk Today's next right here on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered. Visit cineco.ky for your quote today.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome to Talk Today. Looks like the computer playing some games with us there. Glitches and gremlins in the system. I'm Charles Glidden. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you might be. Nice of you to make me a part of your afternoon or evening if you happen to be listening to us from the UK. The week is sailing along, and we have a pretty nice Wednesday afternoon here, typical August heat. But here we are in the peak of the hurricane season, and hey, no storms, no hurricanes threatening. So all is well. Yes, another nice day in the Cayman Islands. Yesterday, one of our frequent callers brought up the subject, which has been discussed a number of times on Talk Today, that stone wall in front of the new Hyatt hotel. Was it the Grand Hyatt that's under construction? And she was asking, what is going on now? She was seeing people pulling those baskets of rocks that make up that wall, taking them down, and I guess traffic was disrupted there. And I guess you could almost, from the kind of concern that has been expressed about that wall, you could call it the infamous stone wall. And I say that only because so much concern has been expressed about it, and because those baskets of stones made out of what looks like chicken wire, from a distance anyway. Maybe it's something much better than chicken wire, but that's what it looks like. But a lot of people are concerned about it. And, people were looking at that wall and saying, that doesn't look really stable. Looks like that could fall down, Or the wire holding the rocks, is that going to hold them for very long? It's a big load of rocks, big rocks. Is that wire going to do the job? Well, in answering our caller who asked what was going on yesterday, what's going on is the planning department, Central Planning Authority rather, planning is saying, hey, you didn't tell us the wall was going to be that high. No, you didn't tell us that. So the Compass is reporting today that that wall is going to be reduced to about a height of 5 feet, which is much more reasonable, I think, from, compared to what we saw there before. And in looking at the minutes of the Central Planning Authority's meeting of March 25th, it seems that planning has actually been communicating with the developers concerning this wall for some time. Just from the wording of the one item in the minutes there, saying that they had received communication and so forth, and but planning said, no, you got to do it according to plan, or reapply if you want that certificate of occupancy. So they're bringing that wall down to a more reasonable height. I think people won't be as concerned now, especially since that chicken wire that people were talking so much about. That chicken wire has started bulging on the bottom layer, mainly because of the weight of the layers that is resting on it. That's a lot of tonnage, I would think, and so that was actually starting to bulge, and that could lead to some real disaster there under the right circumstances, and depending what's going on at the time in front of that hotel. But common sense, not so common as we think it is. But good to see that has been brought to some kind of resolution. Planning authority did its job there, and made sure things went as the plan called for. So, expecting some guests here, but in the meantime, the phone lines are open. And if you have something you would like to bring up, you are welcome to pick up the phone and express yourself. The numbers to call, 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo. You can also reach us on 949-8037 and also 949-6990. And if you like to WhatsApp, WhatsApp number is 925-3261. And just taking a look here, let's see what else is going on around the place here. Once again, I see in the news here a story about the proposed ban on all disposable vapes and sales to children, and that, of course, is out for public comment. And for people who are connected to the Cayman Water Company, I see you're getting a break on your rates. This story here on CNS saying that almost 2 decades of dispute over its renewal, Offreg has issued a new 25-year utility license to the private sector company, Cayman Water Company, which supplies water directly to customers in the 7 Mile Beach and West Bay areas. The new license comes into effect, August 1st, and should reduce water bills. I'm sure you're glad to hear that, right? We all can use a break in our utilities bills, and so people along West Bay Road and in West Bay, you'll get a break on your water bill. It's 12:30. It's 12:30, so we're going to take a break. Soon be back.
Cayman Brack, Cayman First is celebrating you. This Friday, August 21st, head to Cayman First at Colonel Center for a Customer Appreciation Day filled with giveaways, refreshments, and fun for everyone. Spin the prize wheel for your chance to win and take advantage of exclusive insurance offers available for one day only. Come down, say hello, and join the fun. Cayman First will be there all day, celebrating the community we're proud to serve. Cayman First, first for what matters the most.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
As Minister for Health, Environment and Sustainability, I'd like to personally invite you to join me at one of our upcoming public town hall meetings. We're discussing proposed changes to legislation covering environmental health, tobacco and vaping, public health, health practice, and I want to hear from you. Whether you have questions, concerns, or ideas to share, these meetings are an opportunity for open conversation about issues that affect us all. Join us at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 26th of August at the John Gray Memorial Church Hall in West Bay, or at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, the 27th of August at Constitutional Hall in Georgetown. Come out, meet your neighbors, share your perspective, and be a part of shaping the future of health in our islands. Light refreshments will be available, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brack and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Housing in the Cayman Islands affects families, renters, first-time buyers, seniors, and vulnerable residents. The Cayman Islands Public and Affordable Housing Policy and 10-year strategic plan provide a coordinated framework to improve housing access, increase supply, and guide phased implementation over time. Public presentations are being developed and will provide opportunities for the community to learn more about the policy and plan. Learn more and get the facts at gov.ky/housing plan. A message from the Ministry of Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing, and Infrastructure.
Grand Cayman, the Paramount Carpet Summer Sale is back. 3 days only. Thursday, August 20th through Saturday, August 22nd. Save big with 25% off in-stock carpet and tile, plus 50% off select products in store. Don't miss the biggest sale of the summer at Paramount Carpet, 317 North Sound Road, Industrial Park. Visit our showroom, open Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 7:30 to 2 p.m. Paramount Carpet Summer Sale, August 20th through August 22nd. Love the savings. Love your home.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpet.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's go straight to the phones. We have a caller there. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Oops, they're gone? Couldn't wait on me to come back. All righty. I was looking around here on the Cayman News Service website, came across the featured comment. I thought it was interesting, the question that was posed, and maybe some of our listeners would like to, tune in on this and give their opinion. The question was, is Cayman Jamaicanized or is it Americanized? Which one do you think? Are we more influenced and picking up the ways of Jamaica, or are we more North American, American looking? I don't know. I know we definitely have the influences of both, but I don't know. I would kind of lean to the side here of the person writing the article. I think we, even though we incorporate a lot of Jamaican culture, people have adapted things. I still think, as Caymanians, we kind of like that American model more than Caribbean or Jamaican. We like that country music, right? And we even like that rock and roll, but we like that reggae too. So I think it's kind of a fusion going here, but I think when it comes right down to it, as far as lifestyle and materialism and that sort of thing, it's more American looking. I don't know. What do you think? Well, let's go to the phones right now. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden.
Yes. How you doing?
Not too bad. How about you?
I'm all right.
Family okay?
Yeah, they're doing okay.
That's good. I'm not going to comment on the remarks you just made, but I do know that we are going to hell, and if something is not done, I mean, I don't want to give any of those two any credit for anything that is here, because I'm to the stage that neither one of them nowadays is any good for us. All right. I remember the good days, right? I remember the quality days, the quality people, which is long gone. So I'm gonna leave that there. But something needs to be changed, and I'm just hoping for the best.
Anything in particular that you want to see changed?
God, Charles.
Or you got a long list, it sounds like.
I would have to sit down and make a list, and I don't think I got that enough paper because I bought out every bit of it from Kirk Home Supply last time I was there.
You got to put it on the computer, man. You won't run out of paper if you just put it on the computer. You can go on forever.
You can go on forever. No, nothing in particular, Charles. It's just that everybody is seeing the same as I am seeing what is happening to this country, and nothing is being done about it to make it better for the Caymanian people and make it better for us driving on these roads every day. Something needs to be done. Quick question. You know that piece of property across from King's Sports Center? Do you know if that could be developed in apartments or anything can be going there?
You mean when you say across, you mean across the highway? On the other side of the highway?
No, right across from King's Sports Center.
Or more like next door to it?
No, that big piece of land that is in the middle there.
Oh, you're not talking about the roundabout, though.
That's what it is?
Is that
okay, that's what it is, a roundabout. No wonder I feel like I'm going around in circles all the time. That's what it is.
Is that actually what you're talking about when you say?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm referring to, Charles. Every time I go there, it is such a joke. I mean, I have driven all over this world, Charles, but this is the first place that I have actually driven that I feel like I'm going around in circles all the time. Why is that?
I guess you're on the roundabout.
Yeah, to get to certain places, you got to go miles up the road in order to get back down to where you want to go, and all of this foolish. I mean, I don't know, Charles. But,
well, I guess that is part of development, right? I mean, you go to Florida, you got places like that. You got divided highways that, you have to go up, make a U-turn, or come back down to go to some place that you just crossed 30 seconds ago, right? I mean...
Charles, are you a pilot?
By no means.
By no means. You don't think if you're not a pilot, you should leave it to the people that is qualified to fly a plane?
Well, of course. But what are you saying, that our road designers are not qualified?
All right, I agree with you.
I didn't say. I was asking you if that's what you're saying.
Yes, sir. Because if they were, I mean, what I'm driving on these roads that I'm paying my taxes for, I mean, some of it makes no sense whatsoever, right? And nobody can tell me different from that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way I feel. I mean, that roundabout, I don't know what to call it. I call it, land that, people can invest in and build apartments and stuff like that on, because it makes no sense at all to me, Charles. It's like a big joke.
Well, there is actually a roundabout in Florida I think up by Dania Way or somewhere up there. Yeah, that they got this huge roundabout. There's one, and I haven't been there in years. I mean, donkey years. But I remember there's one on US 1 up toward up in Dania that there was actually a park in the middle of it, right? And that thing had about 8 lanes. And then there was another one, I think more closer to Pembroke Pines, that area, that there's a building in the middle of it. You go around and there's a building in the middle.
Well, I've seen them up around Western, that area of Florida. But, Charles, I like to drive an American vehicle, and the advantage that gives me that I can keep more to the left-hand side of the road than people in the driving right-hand vehicles. They have a tendency to drive on the center line all the time. And that is very dangerous, because coming to that roundabout from Medak gas station, if you hang all the way over to the left to go down the Linford Pearson bypass there, I mean, every time I get there, there's a car over on the other side of the lane, right on that point right there where that wall is. And it's very dangerous, and I experience that every day. So,
it looks like we're going to have 3 lanes coming down there.
I don't know, Charles. Anyway, that is my 2 cents today, Charles.
One of the things too that I'm sure when the guys that the National Road Authority are designing a road, they're working with limited space. They're trying to keep up with the ever-increasing number of cars and have the roads handle those cars in the high traffic times. But you only got, a little bit of space to deal with.
Charles, if you only got one plate, let's say you got a plate that is 12 inches, then a plate you eat out of is 12 inches. How much food can you put into that plate before it starts filling up?
Well, then we got to start limiting the number of cars coming in.
Exactly, and you need to start by eliminating some of the work permits to do that, because everybody comes here, they want to drive.
Yeah.
And there's no road for them to drive on, and we're letting it happen. Let the government get a decent, public service instead of these things that running about here calling themselves public buses. They're public for the people here, but they're not owned by the public or the government, which is what I consider a public transportation in all the areas.
You need something that, if you're supposed to be able to catch a bus at 12:45, that it's going to show up, pretty much at 12:45. It's not that you go out there to catch a bus at 12:45 and it doesn't come by until 1 o'clock.
Charles, another thing I want to say briefly is that why are these people that driving these NRA trucks are breaking their necks on the road? Every day I get out there, they are breaking their necks. Where are they going? And these are NRA trucks. Why are they speeding all the time?
Well, I don't know. I really haven't noticed that, but
I notice that every time I get on the road, especially up around Hurley's and coming towards around the Lion Center in that area there, and Peanut Gas Station. I mean, they're crazy where they're going. I don't know where they're going, honestly. But somebody needs to look into them and tell our NRA that their drivers are driving too dangerously and too fast on the road, and they need to slow it down, right? Because it only putting other people's life in danger.
Yeah, well, they should be setting an example. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up, because that's not the case. It's just like everybody do what they want, how they want, when they want, and there's no accountability to anybody, And if you do complain about it, they say, "Oh, that old," Anyway, Mr. Glidden, you have a wonderful afternoon, sir.
All right, thank you for the call. You have a good one.
Thank you, sir.
Time to take a little break here. Be right back.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay Mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
As Minister for Health, Environment and Sustainability, I'd like to personally invite you to join me at one of our upcoming public town hall meetings. We're discussing proposed changes to legislation covering environmental health, tobacco and vaping, public health, health practice, and I want to hear from you. Whether you have questions, concerns, or ideas to share, these meetings are an opportunity for open conversation about issues that affect us all. Join us at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 26th of August at the John Gray Memorial Church Hall in Westby, or at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday the 27th of August at Constitutional Hall in Georgetown. Come out, meet your neighbors, share your perspective, and be a part of shaping the future of health in our islands. Light refreshments will be available, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and the phone lines are open. If you want to give us a call, still want to know whether you think Cayman is Jamaicanized or Americanized, right? Which way do you think we fall into those categories? And I see, I was looking at a notice here from CUC about how they're trying to ease the burden of, increased fuel charges for small businesses in Cayman. And they sent out an email saying that they recognize that the global increase in fuel cost and increased electricity consumption driven by higher outdoor temperatures may be creating unexpected financial pressure for businesses in Cayman, especially small businesses. And it goes on to say, as global fuel market conditions continue to impact the cost of electricity, Caribbean Utilities Company remains committed to providing customers with clear, timely information and practical options to help manage monthly bills. And they go on to give the different increases in fuel per kilowatt. From June, going from 0.195 per kilowatt up to 0.235 in August. And of course, that August charges you'll be seeing them on your bill in September. But how long is this going to go on? And then global fuel prices is something that we really don't have, any control over. We have a couple of calls on the line, so let's go to the phones. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Mr. Charlo. Yes. How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Mr. Charlo, I got some impressive news, but I'm looking at my Caymanian Times page 7 with Prime Minister Gaston Brown. So
yeah.
apparently he have another name. I think it is called Gaston Red, and he seemed to be doing some music. He seemed to be doing some AI-generated music and maybe different types of music as well as entertainment. And he got a show called Brown and Brown Show.
Mm-hmm.
But to say this, I think some of our I always thought that some of our local politicians should do a little. I don't know if you should say a little PR sort of thing to. And get into maybe a little, like you said, maybe Jamaican influence or American influence, a little hip hop or R&B and little reggae style music. Man, that would
yeah.
keep the people in good spirits. Mr. Jallo.
Well, maybe the musical, the musically inclined MPs will help you out there. Maybe they're listening and they'll go along and form a band or something.
I think the Honorable Kenneth Bryan would make a good musician too. I think so.
Yeah. Well, listen, I got a couple of calls on here that I need to get in before we reach 1 o'clock. So let me move on, okay?
All Okay.
All righty. Let's take another call here. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello, you're on the air with Talk Today.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, Mr. Tallow, good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon, Cayman Islands. In comment with the gentleman before the last one regarding the NRA and other drivers that we have on the road that are driving a ridiculous way. But like you said, there should be setting an example for us. Maybe what our driver needs to do is start taking their license plate numbers and making a formal report back to NRA regarding it. Because we got too many cars on the road, first of all, and there's too many accidents that are unnecessary that are happening, and we need to do. And I like the gentleman just said, we need some restrictions on these cars, and I'm proud of the government for putting the fees that they did on non-Caymanians, because we got a lot of them that are driving on road that does not even qualify. They got a license, but they're not qualified driver because they don't know nothing about what they're doing. You can see by the way they drive, and maybe this might ease us up a bit. And we need to stop importing cars. We got more cars here now than what we can handle. Until we start to eliminate some of those cars off the road, because what's happening, we're getting a lot of cars that are being wrote off by insurances, and then they're coming back on the road, or some are not even being put back on the road, but they're still driving on the road. They're not legal on the road, but then we're still importing. So we need to put a moratorium now on importing of vehicles and get proper public transport. Like the gentleman said, we need a proper public transport, not public buses picking up when they want to, because when cruise ships are in port, especially the West Bay buses spend 50% of their time just at the 7 Mile Beach. They go to 7 Mile Beach and back to Georgetown. They do not do their route. So maybe public transport needs to be paying attention to see that going on.
Oh, they're not servicing the full route.
Nope, they don't.
Yeah.
They sit by the 7 Mile Beach and they just run that route back and forth. I've had customers or friends that say they sit in West Bay for over an hour and a half of public transport bus.
Now that you say that, I think I've heard that complaint before.
We got about at least 30 buses that runs the West Bay route. So there's no way that nobody should have to wait no hour and a half or hour for a public bus. Because every 15 minutes, if they were doing their route, every 15 minutes, a bus should be going by.
All right. Well,
okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for the call.
Bye.
I think we have another caller there. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Hello.
Yes, my friend.
I've cut you all through the news, man.
Well, you got almost 3 minutes.
No, I'll cut you off for the news.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, coming up, we after the news. Actually, I should have told him we have some guests scheduled right after the news. We're going to be actually hearing from Pursuit of Excellence, the Lloyd Barker Foundation. They're going to be telling us about their work, and they're going to be doing an event called Ready, Set, Learn. And they're very much about education for young people and, the development of our young people so that they can pursue their excellence, pursue their full potential, and they try and do their best to help young people out when it comes to getting a good education and be able to, live a better life. So that's coming up right after the news and weather. And for the rest of the afternoon, after we have those guests on, We'll be back with more open line so that you can tell us what's on your mind, what you would like to see done. We had two issues that have come up here. Well, two people talking about the same issue, and that's the amount of cars in Cayman, and that's been a subject for some time. But now, when it comes to having a moratorium on the import of cars, that would be a debate of the century, I think. That would be a very hot debate, because are you actually going to say a moratorium on Caymanians importing cars? Nobody's going to be able to bring a car into Cayman for a while. Oh boy, I can hear the arguments now. It is 1:00, and that means it's news time. So let's see what's making headlines.
We are Radio Cayman,
covering Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and Grand Cayman.
1 in a million. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Cayman Islands Marketing Professionals Association has hosted its first SIMPA Next Gen event for students, interns, and emerging marketing professionals. The August 8th event connected attendees with industry mentors and included a panel on marketing, design, branding, communications, and artificial intelligence. SIMPA also awarded Araceli Matute Trejo a U.S. $10,000 scholarship. In international news, Moderna and Merck say an experimental personalized mRNA treatment has reduced the risk of melanoma returning or spreading in a late-stage trial. The treatment, intismeran, was tested alongside the immunotherapy Keytruda in 1,137 patients whose high-risk melanoma had been surgically removed. The companies say the study will continue to assess overall survival. In other news, U.S. President Donald Trump has delayed new 50% tariffs on some Canadian imports for 3 days, saying the two countries are close to finalizing a trade deal. The tariffs had been due to take effect overnight on roughly $20 billion in Canadian goods. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says substantial progress has been made, but work remains. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
HSA's Orthopedic Clinic has relocated to the second floor of the Smith Road Medical Center. Our dedicated team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons treat conditions ranging from spine to ankle injuries in adult and pediatric patients. We offer minimally invasive procedures from ligament reconstruction to hip and knee replacement. If you have experienced an injury due to sports or day-to-day activities, call 949-8600 and schedule an appointment with HSA's Orthopedic Clinic, now located at the Smith Road Medical Center.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Linton Nathaniel Tibbetts, 1923 to 2011. Linton Tibbetts was known throughout the Cayman Islands not only as a successful businessman, but as one who showed great interest in his homeland and invested time, money, and influence to help the welfare of his beloved sister islands. In the late 1960s, he organized the first annual Cayman Picnic, still held each July in the Tampa-St. Petersburg area, to bring together the many Caymanians living in the United States and encourage them to remember their roots. In 1972, Mr. Linton and several other successful Brackers started an air service between Florida and Cayman Brac to bolster the sister islands' embryonic tourism industry. The air service was later expanded to serve all 3 islands with a fleet of 7 planes. He built hotels and museums on both sister islands and was involved in establishing Cayman Brac Power and Light Company. Although his career was primarily devoted to operating his chain of building supply stores in Florida, he always visited the islands frequently and maintained close ties with his family and friends in Cayman. Mr. Linton and his wife Pauline, Miss Polly nee Inix, had 4 children.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands.
When life feels busy, it's time to slow down and tune in. Breeze 105.3 FM gives you the timeless hits, smooth favorites, and the music that feels like home.
Words cannot express how much you mean to me.
Switch now and ride the breeze.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's get a weather update going here. Current temperature here in Georgetown, it's 89 degrees, but it feels like 108. And the wind is out of the east-northeast at 13 knots with a relative humidity of 75%. And taking a look at how things are shaping up for today, the synopsis says a generally dry atmosphere across the Cayman area gives us low chance of showers. Winds are moderate, becoming light from tonight. And the actual forecast for tonight calls for mostly clear skies with a 10% chance of showers. Temperatures will be in the low 80s. Winds east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. And seas, slight to moderate, running at 2 to 4 feet. Taking a look at the tides, the next high tide at 5:17 this afternoon. The low at 11:45 tonight. Sunset at 6:48, days shortening up, and the outlook calls for similar conditions to persist through Thursday. Then another tropical wave will be coming into the western Caribbean late Friday, and that will be bringing renewed chance of shower activity. And the National Hurricane Center in Miami gives us the all clear as far as tropical cyclones for the next 7 days. Nothing expected to show up. So all quiet on the hurricane front as far as the Atlantic and the Caribbean. Well, this afternoon we are going to learn about Pursuit of Excellence, the Lloyd Barker Foundation, a registered nonprofit organization committed to empowering young people and supporting their educational and personal development. Today we focus on the Ready, Set, Learn, an annual free back-to-school event. And joining me now is the founder himself, Lloyd Barker. He is an attorney who is very active in community affairs, particularly youth development and education. And also in the studio is a volunteer with the foundation, Abrianne Cooper. Folks, good afternoon. Welcome to the studio.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Lloyd, tell us what moved you to set up this foundation?
Well, from a young age, I was always quite interested in being involved in a community, always interested in helping others. And I think I reflected on the fact that I had been helped in so many ways throughout my life, whether it's from family members or just community members. And I wanted to give that same kind of service back into the community and to others generally. And I was actually nominated for a Youth Community Excellence Award in 2012. And that was generally for my involvement in the community thus far. As a finalist, we were asked to propose kind of something that you would execute if you were the recipient of the award. And during my drafting of this proposal, I thought to myself, well, I'm here as a finalist for a community award. At the time, I was 19. And I thought, well, this would be a great opportunity for me to sketch something that would be more envisioned for a long-term basis, not just while I'm the recipient for the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a great opportunity, a great start to say, think of something more long-term. And that's what I did. And I actually devised the idea of the Pursuit of Excellence platform. I always believed in the ideology of striving for excellence and trying to be your best self. And so I came up with the name Pursuit of Excellence. And I had a number of different points that I wanted to hit throughout this kind of initiative of a platform. I was making my way off to university at the time, and so to be quite honest, I didn't actually expect that I was going to win the award because I would not be on the island, like on the ground, able to attend in person. And I know that a lot of times, I guess the award committees would want to have someone who is on the ground, able to attend events and so forth.
Right.
So I proposed an initiative that was more online first. So just through writings and different things of that nature. And then once I returned from university and law school in 2018, I had 2 weeks and I decided I wanted to do a Ready, Set, Learn event. And so that's really what initiated the start to the Pursuit of Excellence platform. And lo and behold, I did win the award in 2012, and I was then able to execute the online kind of encouragement that I wanted to do and that I proposed in the platform. But the platform has now become a nonprofit organization as registered, as you mentioned, and now we're doing so much more than I had initially envisioned, although, as the name says, Pursuit of Excellence, I'm continuously with other members of the public, including Abrian, trying to pursue excellence under the foundation.
So I know from what I've read that the foundation tries to get across to young people that they should be pursuing excellence regardless of their circumstances at present.
Right.
Yeah. Is that something that you were nurtured and you say you got a lot of help from family, friends, the community in general? Is that something that was ingrained in you as you grew up? Tell us about your background a little bit.
Yeah, so it was ingrained in me. I was raised by a hardworking and dedicated mother. I say a special shout out to my mother, Antoinette Powery, and of course my stepfather as well, Omar Powery. And they were both very much there for me during my younger years. I mean, they still are there right now. And I had been raised to work hard. I remember I always say to friends that when I was in primary school or middle school and I would get like a 95%, my mother was like, oh, that's really good, good grades, but what happened to the next 5%? And at first it was a bit of a challenge, but then I started wanting that extra 5% for myself. I started wanting that extra 2% for myself until I got that 100%, and it was always trying to achieve that 100%. And for some people that may be a bit pressuring, but I think it just depends on the personality, it depends on what you want for yourself. And I saw it more as a kind of fostering of encouragement and motivation that you have more capacity within yourself. And I tried to just strive for higher. And it also gave me an insight that if I were not able to accomplish, say, the 100%, at least I know that I did my best. At least I know that I executed the best possible potential that I had within me. And so that was kind of the background. And I always believed in surrounding myself with people who would help to push me forward, and I can also help to push them forward. You pour into me, I pour into you. And I think those kinds of surroundings and vibrations are extremely important. And because I had that support system and people who believed in me and people who poured positive words and encouragement into my life, I know the significance of those things. And really and truly, Pursuit of Excellence is just a testimony to what I've experienced, and I know what we can do. There's so many great people on the island. There's so many people who are interested in giving back and who are interested in making a positive difference. And I think sometimes they might not take that step initially because they want to, but they're not sure how to. And so sometimes when you open that door, it helps to open people's minds, their hearts, their actions, and their abilities to really step out, because they do have it within them, but they just haven't seen that opportunity. And that's why it's important that we surround ourselves with like-minded, good people, people who are good at heart, and they help to bring the best out of us. And so for me, that's really what Pursuit of Excellence is all about. It's about giving back, yes, but also creating that next generation of positive people in our community.
Is that a lesson that you try to get across to young people, the importance of who you surround yourself with?
Absolutely. I think it's extremely important, and it doesn't mean that we close anyone out, because we do need to have people around, and if we're going to encourage, if we're going to pour into people, it's not about judging, it's not about criticizing, but it's about recognizing who we'll use as tools to inspire us, and to recognize our power, our ability, our knowledge and wisdom as to how we can empower and inspire other people. And it's not an idea of only pushing those people forward who are already moving forward. It's about identifying everyone around you, everyone in the community, and trying to do your part to push them forward. But having the wisdom and the discernment to understand that not everything you see from someone else means you need to extract it for yourself. And I think wisdom will help you with that. So we can surround ourselves in a way where we are somewhat of mentors to people who might need that encouragement, but we're not afraid to be mentees to people who can also encourage us. And we can learn from different kinds of people, not only one type of person. We can learn from everybody. That's my philosophy, and that's how I've generally tried to live my life, in order to learn from others.
Brianne, you are a young lady, but I understand that you've been a volunteer for quite some time.
I have been. I started...
Just get a little closer to that mic for me.
The first year that I volunteered, I was 10 years old, and that was 2018, so the first year that the event had been on. So I've really had the opportunity to grow up and also see how the program has evolved, and it's actually been incredible to witness like the increase of students and parents coming out every year, the increase in sponsors. Every year I'm more surprised by the different prizes, activities, and it's just really beautiful how the community over time has really come together to make this event really special for the students and the parents. So it's just an incredible show of support for just the general community, and you see how everyone is really, really trying to push students to be better, to get their education and kind of set them up for confidence when they're going into their new years.
I mean, why at 10 years old you became a volunteer? How did that come about?
I'd love to give myself credit and say that at 10 years old I was very, very into supporting education, but no, it's because my mom, Lloyd, is actually an ex-student of my mom, and she's over the years continued to support him. So the first year that the event was on, she also took my brother and I out to do what we could, whatever we were doing at 10 years old, to help out. And I'm so glad that she did, because every year we're part of the community with the volunteers. There have been different students and parents that I've seen over the years, and I've seen them progress, and I'm so happy that they continue to come out. So yeah, I'm very grateful that I was put into it very young, and also been able to understand the importance of giving back to the community, even if you're at a young age, and how important it is to continue and keep that up and hold that as a standard.
Are there a number of other young people of your age that are volunteers?
Over the years, there has been an increase in young people. A lot of teenagers like myself, especially the last event. There were so many more coming in, helping to organize, set up, and also interacting with the kids as well. We have a lot of activities for the younger ones, face painting, coloring. So having that opportunity to interact with students who are coming in to participate with the event. And it's also kind of a baseline. It might be easier to interact with people who are in the same level or area as you. So it's been really great to see the increase of people my age supporting the event as well.
So your sort of flagship event is the Ready, Set, Learn event. Right. Tell us about that.
So Ready, Set, Learn is an initiative that I actually got inspiration from certain of my friends around the world who are involved in community service. And I was actually with some friends who were putting on an event somewhat similar in terms of just helping students with their return to school. I had just finished law school that July 2018, and I was going to be returning to Cayman on August 1st. And I remember I gained that inspiration and I thought, actually, it would be wonderful to do something like this in Cayman, because I know what having all the school supplies you need for a successful school year can do. And I know that there are some students out there who might not have that for whatever reason. And so in order to help to bridge that gap, I thought, well, I only have 2 weeks. So I'll just work with what I can. At that point, I returned on the 1st of August. I remember vividly, I came through the front door, I took my shoes off, and I sat right by the computer and started working up a proposal. I remember calling one of my friends who was in branding and marketing and asking about some ideas for a name. And I mean, just immediate. And we together came up with Ready, Set, Learn. And I think as a former track athlete, that was quite appropriate. And I went with that. I got the platform registered as a nonprofit organization, and the government was super helpful with that in order to ensure that it got registered. And they were really helpful with guidance because they wanted this initiative to kick off, as I was very passionate with my proposal. And albeit I only had the 2 weeks, I said to myself, Lloyd, if it works out, you should be grateful. If it doesn't, you have to understand you only had 2 weeks. And that's like 2 business weeks, right? So not even a full 2 weeks. And you know what? We were able to host the event. At that time, I rallied up my circle of friends and supporters, which included and still include Dr. Cooper, who's Abrian's mother, and Dr. Cooper, as Abrian mentioned, brought along Abrian and her brother Daniel, and they were both out there. They have been involved since 2018, and they're still involved, and we have so many other supporters. A lot of the individuals who supported in 2018, they're literally still there year after year. And it's also very fascinating the way that we started. We started right outside at the airport park. And I remember that year we assisted 217 students. And it's really inspiring because to think that we only had 2 weeks to prepare and we just worked with what we could and what we had, and we were able to assist 217. Yes, it was a smaller assistance in terms of what the attendees would obtain, but it was still something, and it was the stepping stone to a much bigger vision and a much bigger plan and execution to what we have now. And there's so many lessons. I can go on and on in terms of the lessons from what we've experienced from 2018 until now. But one of the things that I just want to mention before I proceed is just to say a lot of times we have certain plans in life, whether it's for ourselves or for a community. And just know we don't have to start big. We can start with exactly what we have and where we are. And the growth will come. It will happen over time, but start exactly where you are. And that's what I did.
You think that's a barrier for a lot of people, that they have a dream, a vision, but they're seeing the end result, that instead of, like you say, starting very small and working up?
Yes.
And they can't, you can't possibly reach, that height.
Yes.
That you're seeing down the line right away.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people, for a lot of different aspects of life, have that fear. They fear that what they have is insufficient, or the vision is far bigger than what they're capable of doing right now. But I've always been a believer in one step at a time, one day at a time. And once we employ that, you'll see. You take little steps every single day, and you will have big results at the end of it all. And that's what we have to keep in mind when we're talking about academics, when we're talking about putting on an event of this nature. It's little steps, and also using your support system to encourage you, to inspire you, and to help you. I don't do it on my own. I do it with a group of supportive people who believe in the vision and who are like-minded in community service.
So what actually happens at the Ready, Set, Learn?
So at the Ready, Set, Learn event, now we have a lot of different aspects. So we have refreshments, we have free haircuts, because we are preparing.
Freshen people up to go to school?
That is it. So we're getting them ready for the new school year. We have bouncing castles, we have games and different prizes with the games. And I posted recently on the Instagram page that, I'm involved when a test is involved in the event. So we do have bicycles on hand as prizes, but you don't just show up and win the bicycles. You got to take
It's not a
the
raffle.
tests. You know what I'm saying? It's not a raffle. We do have raffle prizes as well.
Yeah.
And those are always very exciting. But in order to just challenge the children and to let them look forward to something, even though they have to work for it, because that's the thing. We have to work for whatever it is that we want to achieve. So it's really just making it fun, but also putting a little test behind it.
Teaching that lesson.
Exactly. So this year we'll be having the math, English, social studies, and science tests. So we're actually adding 2 subjects to the test. Usually it's just math and English. And that's just a hint as well. So for the students who are listening, the parents who are listening, go ahead and get the students brushed up and ready for the social studies and science quizzes as well. But we, of course, have the school supplies. And school supplies of all nature. I mean, we have books, backpacks, pens, pencils, crayons, erasers. We also have calculators, geometry sets. So we have a very large variety of school supplies. I'm sure we don't have every single item, but we do have a lot. And the idea is for those people who need additional school supplies, or who might need school supplies generally because they are unable to get school supplies, then we'll be able to bridge that gap and assist. And so those are some of the things that happen at the event. It really is a fun-filled, refreshing time. And we have face painting. So, the children love to get their faces painted. And it's always a nice, fun time to see all the freshly painted faces and the pictures and how excited the kids are. And the games, we keep the games involved. This year we do have some really different stuff for the children. And so I'm excited about it. I won't be playing, I'll be watching, but I'm already excited on behalf of the students. But one of the most, I would say, fulfilling things about the event is not even what you get from it in terms of the tangible stuff, but it's more just having a time of safety and community give back. And the room is usually filled with volunteers, and it's just a room of positive vibration, and it's super rewarding. I remember one year one of the volunteers said to me, Lloyd, I'm so happy that you put this on, because sometimes I have days where I don't even know if I'm really executing my purpose. And each year that this comes around, I actually look forward to it because it feels like I'm doing something meaningful. And to be quite honest, I did not realize that that's the depths at which some of the volunteers have felt it. I know they're good people. I know they want to help, but it goes to show how meaningful this is to the volunteers on an individual basis. So those are some of the things that happen at the event.
So you're having two events.
Yes. So we have Grand Cayman on Saturday. So that's this Saturday. And then we have Cayman Brac on Sunday, the following day.
What are the venues?
At the Lions Center in Grand Cayman at 2 to 5 p.m. and at the Aston Rutty Center in Cayman Brac also at 2 to 5 p.m. So Grand Cayman is on Saturday. We get a quick night's rest, wake up bright and early, take the Cayman Airways flight over to Cayman Brac. We execute the very same event at the Aston Rutty Center for our Brac family, and then we make our way back over from the Brac that evening. And that's Ready, Set, Learn, done. So every year, Cayman Brac, Grand Cayman.
It's 1:30, and that means we have to take a little break here, but we're going to be hearing more about Ready, Set, Learn after these messages.
Grand Cayman, the Paramount Carpet Summer Sale is back. 3 days only. Thursday, August 20th through Saturday, August 22nd. Save big with 25% off in-stock carpet and tile, plus 50% off select products in store. Don't miss the biggest sale of the summer at Paramount Carpet, 317 North Sound Road, Industrial Park. Visit our showroom, open Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 7:30 to 2 p.m. Paramount Carpet Summer Sale, August 20th through August 22nd. Love the savings. Love your home.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpet.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Hi, this is Gary King from Totally 80s. My special guest this week is Andy Bell from Erasure. Andy reveals who he's a big fan of and why. I'll also bring you the latest news on the biggest stars of the decade.
This is Totally 80s.
Heard on Saturdays from 2 until 4 p.m. on Breeze 105.3 and 91.9.
Cayman Brac, Cayman First is celebrating you. This Friday, August 21st, head to Cayman First at Colonel Center for a Customer Appreciation Day filled with giveaways, refreshments, and fun for everyone. Spin the prize wheel for your chance to win and take advantage of exclusive insurance offers available for one day only. Come down, say hello, and join the fun. Cayman First will be there all day, celebrating the community we're proud to serve. Cayman First, first for what matters the most.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and I'm speaking with Lloyd Barker about the Pursuit of Excellence, the Lloyd Barker Foundation, and also in the studio is one of the volunteers, Abrianne Cooper. And if you have a question for Lloyd about his foundation and its work, you're welcome to give us a call at 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. You can also reach us on 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp us on 3261. Now, this event, Ready, Set, Learn, is this for any kind of specific children? Is there some kind of eligibility, or is it free?
Yep, so the event is a free event, and it's targeted primarily at those students who are in need of school supplies, or for those who might not have sufficient school supplies, but they need an uplift. And we're there to help to bridge that gap. And the event is courtesy of a lot of the sponsors that we have on hand, where they contribute, whether it's monetarily or in kind, by way of, say, refreshments and prizes or things of that nature. The idea behind the event is to ensure that it's one that's inclusive. It's an event for everyone to attend, but as it relates to the giving back and for those who are needing the school supplies and so forth, those are who we really want to ensure that they get those school supplies that they need, right? But at the same time, it's not exclusive. It's an event for all to come and enjoy because we have so many other things on hand. If you don't need additional school supplies, but you want to, say, partake in the quizzes, you may do so. If you want to just enjoy the positive vibrations, you may do so as well. We also try to give some motivational talks throughout while we're hosting the event. And really, it's an edifying time for everyone in attendance, the parents and the children. And of course, with the sponsors on hand, we've been able to help refuel the attendees with some refreshments, very light refreshments. And we have that. And of course, as mentioned, we have the haircuts. So many different facets and aspects as it relates to who is eligible. We welcome all.
So can parents or students make a special requests for something that they specifically need that they haven't been able to get? Like I need a backpack or something.
Absolutely. Once we have it at the event, we are there to help and we're there to give. And if the parent is needing a particular school supply for his or her child and we have it on hand, we're happy to assist. One of the things that we do strongly encourage, though, is that the parents bring the children, because it really is an event, yes, for the parents as well, but it is an event for the children. We want to have the children there, and we want to ensure that all the children who are in attendance will receive something, because it is until stock last.
Yeah.
And so we try to stray away from the idea of you have a parent showing up, I have 15 children at home or something of the sort, right? Because it's not that we don't want to help, but we want to ensure that everyone who actually shows up to the event will leave with a substantive package, especially for those people who need the packages, the school supplies.
We do have a caller on the line, so let's take that call. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon.
Hi there.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Is that Mr. Michael there?
Lloyd Barker.
Oh, I thought it was Mr. Michael Miles. His voice sounds like him.
Did you have a question for him? Did you have a question about the foundation?
I would just hear pieces, and I don't have the full sense of your conversation. But if Mr. Michael on there was going to investigate what you're talking about and then put something into it, but I'm not going to spoil the show. Are you going to have open line later?
Yeah, after 2 o'clock, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Guys, have a good one.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Abrian, you've been volunteering, what's 10 years or so? Or since you were 10?
Since I was 10, so 8 years.
8 years. What is the satisfaction that you get from being a part of this? How can you describe it?
Well, specifically for most of the years I've been volunteering, my role has been giving out tickets. So I end up greeting the students and the parents when they walk in and then saying bye when they come out. and you can kind of see the transition. Most people come in just thinking they're picking up supplies and then going, but they are walking into an event that they did not expect most of the time, and you can see that the kids come in kind of bored, like their parents were like, okay, we need to come to this event and get some stuff. But then, they have the bouncy castle, they have the barbers, they have the games, and when they're leaving, you can see just higher spirits, better vibes. It's just such good energy throughout the whole thing. I've had so many of the students and parents come up to me at the end and say, thank you so much for being a part of this, or I never knew this was going on all these years. It's just such an incredible and inclusive event. Even the parents, they have so much fun watching their kids enjoy playing these games, winning their prizes, participating in the raffles. So it's really a good time for everyone, the volunteers, the students, the parents. So it's just seeing how community really helps lift each individual up and how it creates a good time.
You said the first year you helped, 200? Was it 200 children that came?
Yep, 217 students.
Yeah. And what, I saw you were expecting 700 to be helped this year?
Yes, between Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac.
That's a heck of a growth.
Yes. So we actually grew over the years. So I remember the first year, 217. The second year, we assisted 279. The third year, it was in the 300s. And then we increased as we went along. In the first year, we didn't actually go over to the BRAC. As you recall, we had the 2 weeks to prepare. So it was just, we were making do what we could. And then we expanded the same vision to the BRAC as well. And so then that's also one of the ways that we've been able to reach more students and to ensure that more students are equipped with school supplies for the new school year. And yes, it's been growing. And I was actually saying just yesterday that every single year there is something new and refreshing at the event. Whether it's something with the games or just something with the prizes or a particular sponsor who comes on board, there's always something that changes in a positive way. And for that, I'm just so grateful. And that really is how growth looks. And it's a reminder that it's not about how we start. And for us in this regard, it's not even about how we finish, because we're not finishing. It's a continuous pursuit of excellence with the event. So yes, lots and lots of growth, and we see it every year. So I'm excited to see what's to come on this weekend.
You must get a lot of help from the community to make this work.
Yes, I do. So there's so many people who rally with me, from not only the volunteers, but also sponsors, whether they're, as I said, sponsors in kind or even monetarily. It's to the point now where I have sponsors who will reach out to me before I even reach out to them to say, hey, looking out for your call, because they want to help. And I always invite them to come to the event as well, because it's such a refreshing experience that if you're contributing, if you're investing in this opportunity, this initiative to give back, I want you also to be able to experience what it is that we're doing. We're not just writing about passion on a paper over email or speaking about it on a phone call. This is actually live and direct, and it's something that's so rich to experience in person. So I always encourage the sponsors to come out and just see it, even if it's to be there for 5 minutes. See the joys on the children's faces, see the different volunteers as they interact with the students. So we do get a lot of help, and I am always so grateful, because this is not something that can be done alone. And of course, super grateful to the volunteers who give up so much of their time in preparation for the event, because sometimes we don't know how we actually execute it, but we know it's going to happen and we just do it somehow. So really grateful.
Let's take another call here. Good afternoon. You're on the air. You have a question for our panel?
Yes, I do. Good afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
I want to congratulate Mr. Barker, Mr. Lloyd Barker, and Miss Abrian. Her name is
Abrian. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think they're doing good things, and when I hear them saying that they also give the little children haircuts and stuff like that. I think it's a real great thing because people seem to be going astray. The little young children seem to be going astray today, and it might look stylish, but I don't think it's a good thing to have your hair shaggy as a student in school. It might even affect your learning. So I think it's a fantastic thing what they're doing by also helping to make their appearance even stronger. It's a really good thing, and I hope that they get all the support that they can and continue to do the good things that they're doing for the young people in the community. So I congratulate all of those people that are doing that, Mr. Barker, Ms. Abrian, and everybody else, sponsors, and all those good people. I say keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you for your encouragement.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
We have to take a little break. We'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market. On another place, but do on another story? From Pedro St. James and Fort George to John McLean Drive and Mission House, every corner of Cayman has a story to tell. Visit legendsbehindOurlandmarks.ky, explore the interactive map, and discover the people, places, and moments that shape our islands. Learn something new. Visit somewhere new. Find out where we from. Start your journey today at legendsbehindOurlandmarks.ky. Brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports Culture and Heritage.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and a couple of WhatsApp messages here. This good afternoon to your guests. It's good to see the many agencies, including the MLAs, MPs nowadays, who assist in this area. It would be nice to have the volunteers present and have their names mentioned as well. Thank you. And another one here says, congrats to Mr. Barker. May I suggest that he look at how he can support the female students, especially the juniors, by providing hair braider, no, braidist, sorry, a hair braidist to assist grooming their hair as well. Congrats, and a suggestion to go with it.
Absolutely. That's a great suggestion, actually. Really great suggestion. Thank you so much. And we actually do have one of the volunteers who will be on hand for that very reason this year. Some of the things that we keep in mind is just in terms of the timing, but Miss Stephanie will be on hand, and she'll be there ready to assist with some quick braids for the young ladies. So we're on it.
Let's make sure everybody knows where and when
yes
this is going to happen.
Yep. So this Saturday, the 22nd of August, at the Lions Center from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday in Caymanbrack at the Aston Rutty Center, also at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The events are being executed.
Now, can someone still join in as far as helping with, donations or anything like that?
Yes, absolutely. If there's anyone who would like to be somewhat involved by donating or even volunteering, you may reach out on the Instagram page Pursuit of Excellence TLBF and just send us a message, and we'll be able to provide details on how you can be involved, as mentioned, whether it's as a sponsor or as a volunteer. And just let us know what you'd like to do. And I always say as well, for people who have an interest in certain aspects, I try to defer to them in terms of their involvement. And I want people to feel comfortable. So I'll never say you must go on the school supply line and interact with people if you're not comfortable with that. If it's something that you prefer with the face painting, or you prefer being by the bouncing castle and ensuring that the students are kind of managing and navigating respectfully with each other, then that's fine. So we're very flexible, and we want to ensure that the volunteers and those who are involved are being involved in those things where they feel comfortable. And so I'm very much open to persons assisting.
Being someone who, pushes for education, how do you feel? What are your thoughts when you sometimes hear Caymanians who say, "Well, I went abroad, I got my degree, and I come home and I can't find the job that I'm trained to do"? What are your thoughts on that?
Right. So there are so many different angles and approaches that we can take on, say, a question and a topic of that nature. But I always think it's super important for us to try to set ourselves up as early as possible. And these are things that I kept in mind when I was growing up. And these are also ideas that I try to encourage people to keep in mind. Speaking to organizations, speaking to agencies, and actually initiating your interest as soon as possible so that you can find where you may end up or where you belong. And I think building those relationships from a young age is extremely important. And I say that even from my own experience, where I remember being an intern and I was about 21 at the time, and fast forward 10 to 12 years later, I was being interviewed by the very person with whom I interned for a very kind of advanced role. And just because of what I would have presented as a young intern, that helped to lay the foundation as to whether or not I would have been considered. And so a lot of times people think that, oh, I'm young, they're not going to take me seriously, or things of that nature. Yes, we have a whole lot of life ahead of us, but every single day matters. The way we show up right now matters. So I strongly encourage those people who are going overseas to do the research, build those relationships, build those connections, because it can make a difference.
From the time you're in school.
From the time you're in middle school, high school, you're in college, literally no time is too early, because even if it's a case where you're not actually getting an internship or a work experience, sometimes you can get yourself a mentor, and that mentor will help to guide you along the way. We have a lot of people on the island who are happy to assist. We have a lot of people who are willing to pour into our young people, but it's important for those young people to express their interest, their passion, and their desire to build a positive future for themselves. And I know that it's not as easy for everyone, but I do think when we make those steps, and we spoke about little steps day by day, they make a difference. They do add up. And we can't see and imagine how great things will be 15, 20 years from now when we're making these really small steps. But trust me, just from someone who has experienced and is experiencing it, it really makes a difference. So do the little that you can from a young age. Find people around you who support the mission and the vision, and who can help to push you forward, and build those connections right now, even if it's just getting yourself a mentor, because that mentor can help to guide you along the way.
Abrianne, you're heading off to school, right?
I am, this September.
So among people of your age groups that you associate with, what are the impressions that you get? I mean, are young people still looking at Cayman as being a place of opportunity that, they can climb the ladder?
I think definitely, especially the Caymanians that I'm friends with. I'm Caymanian myself, and I think once you put yourself out there and you start talking to the different companies that are on island, and you try to network and build relationships, you really see how much they're willing to help you through your education when you want to come back on island to work. So they are really supportive once you show that effort and that energy. And the same thing for my other classmates and my peers. So it's just really important, and I think schools are great at showing and inviting different people to come in and talk to you and show you the opportunities. And once you learn about them, I encourage students from, even if you're in middle school, you've just started high school, and it looks like it's a long way to go, the relationships that you build in the earlier days are memorable to the professionals, and they're willing to help you and carry you through that. So I am excited, and I feel comfortable and confident knowing that I'm coming back to the Cayman workspace because of just how supportive they have been during my high school years.
So you think most youngsters get that message that Lloyd just talked about of making contact in the profession that you are aiming to go into?
Well, I won't speak for everyone, but definitely from my experience, my parents have instilled in me the importance of making connections. My school has been very welcoming to different businesses and the importance of coming to speak to the students. So I can say that the people that I've directly interacted with and people my age do know about the opportunities. And yeah, they've just really revealed to us what's available in our community and how we can help benefit them and how they can benefit us. So I am aware of the different possibilities, and there are a lot of them. So I'm really excited for the future in that regard.
Yes, and if I could add as well that a lot of times when we see successful young people, we may think that, they were always going to be successful and things like that, but not necessarily. Because if those young persons who you see being successful didn't actually get out there and make themselves known, actually show interest consistently, not just showing interest one summer, but being consistent year after year and actually pursuing excellence, then they probably would have also missed out on certain opportunities. So it's really important for us to take control of our own growth and development as an individual and build. And as Abrianne mentioned, she has been surrounded by that support system. So one person cannot do it alone. it really is important for us to rally together as a community, because some people's familial situation may not be as supportive as they would need for them to grow and to actually exercise their full potential. And that's where we talk about a village. We always hear it takes a village. And when we do events like Ready, Set, Learn, we are showing an example of being that village, even if it's a small village. I mean, I've seen young people grow up in the Ready, Set, Learn attendee pool, and we have had the opportunity to pour into these young people. That's what it's all about. So yes, the opportunities are there, academic opportunities and professional opportunities, but I think it's so important for us to start our journey as soon as possible.
So one more time, let's make sure people know, this Saturday?
Yes, this Saturday at the Lions Center, 2 to 5 p.m. right here in Grand Cayman, we have the Ready, Set, Learn event. And we also go right on over to Cayman Brac on Sunday,
the
23rd of August at 2 to 5 p.m. at the Aston Rutty Center. And I also have to say a huge thank you to all the sponsors. I know that we do have to go into our break, but I want to say a special thank you to the sponsors everyone who is contributing. So a special thank you to Brac Reef, Marketplace, Foster's, Alberto Baraja, Radio Cayman, of course, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Massive Group, the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage, the Physiotherapy Center Limited, Tony's Toys, Island Tasties, Pizza, Crystal K Events, Proven Bank Limited, Kirk Market, Wells, Cool Spot, and I know we have some more sponsors who will likely come on board. A special thank you to everyone who have contributed and who will be making this year's event possible.
Lloyd Barker and Abrianne Cooper, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It was my pleasure to have you in the studio.
A pleasure. Thank you for having us, Mr. Glidden.
Right now, it's news time, so let's see what's making headlines.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Low Cayman, Cayman Brac. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Deloitte Cayman says interns in its deep internship program have taken part in a mock audit exercise. The firm says the program gave students the chance to apply classroom knowledge to workplace-style scenarios while developing skills including professional skepticism, teamwork, and audit quality practices. In international news, Portuguese men of war are prompting beach warnings and temporary closures in parts of France and Spain as unusually warm European seas coincide with more sightings of the venomous jellyfish-like animals. In France's Basque region, authorities have recorded more than 1,100 stings and 113 beach closures since July 21st, according to a French marine researcher cited in Le Monde. Scientists say the marine heat wave affecting Europe has been made substantially more likely and more intense by human-caused climate change, although it is difficult to establish a simple direct link between warmer waters and every increase in jellyfish or man-o-war sightings. In other news, the U.S. Treasury will at least double its buybacks of longer-dated government bonds from U.S. $2 billion to at least $4 billion per operation. The change takes effect September 9th and covers securities maturing in 10 to 30 years. Treasury says the move is intended to provide greater liquidity support to the long end of the bond market. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Quick weather update here. Current temperature in Georgetown, 89 degrees. Feels like 104. Wind out of the east-northeast at, call it 13.5 knots. Relative humidity, 71%. And taking a look at what lays ahead here, the synopsis says we have a dry atmosphere in the Cayman area today, and that means we have a low chance of showers. Winds are moderate, becoming light from tonight onwards. The forecast for tonight, mostly clear skies with a 10% chance of showers. Temperatures in the low 80s. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas running at 2 to 4 feet. And we have high tide at 5:17 this afternoon with a low at 11:45 tonight. Sunset is at 6:48, and the outlook calls for similar conditions to persist through Thursday. And then we have a tropical wave moving into the Western Caribbean late Friday, and that brings a renewed chance of shower activity. And Miami Hurricane Center says we don't have to worry about any tropical cyclone action for the next 7 days. Let's go to the phones. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. You're a woman of your word. You're back right on time.
Mr. Glidden, I don't know who could answer this question, but I can put it up there. You know, we got these guys going around doing the deep wells of the island. And when they're doing these deep wells, they have this humongous amount of water.
Yes, some of them handle that good and some of them don't handle it at all.
I was just trying to get in the countryside, and I could not get in there because of the water that they are doing a drill in the corner to go enter into countryside.
Yeah.
The water, I know must over 2 feet more a height of water for you to drive through. I was told that that these guys that doing these deep wells, that water can be pumped into a truck while they're doing them deep wells to a degree, but apparently it's not being done, or they know it can be done, and they're not forced to do anything in regards to this pool of stinking water they have to drive in through. And it's like I say right now by the countryside, it is a pretty height of water there.
Mm-hmm.
I had to turn around. I couldn't even continue going. I had to turn around, and cars were taking a detour on the left hand side to get into to the small shopping center on the left hand side there. I mean, this is ridiculous. These guys come out here. We need these deep wells, but they've been doing them long enough now to be doing a better job than what they're doing when it comes to people trying to do a dry foot entrance somewhere, or a bicycle, or a car. A car shouldn't have to drive to that water. No boat should have
definitely.
to walk or drive to that water. And I think it's ridiculous. So,
I mean, if you're going to drill the well, then have some kind of plan to deal with the water that comes up.
Yes, exactly, and I understand that they can deal with the water. I hear that they can. I heard they can suck up the majority of it when they're doing the drilling. But they've been doing it for so long now that seems like no one is talking about it to make it stop and be done in a better, proper manner that it doesn't interfere with traffic or cyclists or walkers or whatever the case may be.
I want to say that the National Road Authority has something that has some authority over that.
Who has it?
National Roads Authority.
Well, I hope there's someone listening and they can come on radio and say something in regards.
Well, you can always call. You can call them and say,
You're
hey.
not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me twice. You're not gonna tell me twice.
Right.
But really and truly, this is a serious matter, and it's struck the whole island, and something needs to be done about it. Really,
Yeah,
really,
I remember one time on Portland too. Portland, was it Portland Drive or Road? They were drilling a well there, and they flooded that whole street. I mean, it's businesses, along the road. Water was coming into their parking lot, and they didn't even have one sandbag laid out there to try and block the water. They were just letting that water go, anywhere it wanted to go.
Yeah, I see them got some sandbags up on the sidewalk there, but the sandbag was practically covered with the water, so they're not doing no justice.
Yeah.
And I remember some time ago they came in my area and did a deep well. Well, a drain. Well, that's what they're doing out there, just a drain too. And let me tell you something, my yard was all these homes and by me was all flooded with the same nasty water. And something need to be done. So let's hope that somebody call in and talk about it because it's ridiculous. I know they say we complain too much, but let me tell you something. When you got to take your car to the garage or don't have a car to drive, that one that say we complain too much, they need to go sit down. All right? Thank you.
Well, hold on a second.
Huh?
Did you remember you were talking yesterday about the Hyatt Hotel and you saw all this activity with the wall?
Well, I went.
Did you hear what's going on?
No, I know a lot of stones are being taken out of the crates.
Well, planning made them do that.
Wow, that is great. You make them take it down more.
Because they apparently, from what the article in the Compass today, the original plan didn't call for a wall that high. And apparently, and if you look at the minutes of, they have been in communication with them apparently for some time now about reducing the height of that wall or reapplying for their application if they wanted to get a certificate of occupancy, and then the bottom layer, the chicken wire was bulging because of the pressure of the other layers on top of it,
Yes. Well, Saturday, Mr. Glidden, they had that road blocked off, and they had no warning coming from West Bay, on a 7-mile stretch. They must take a detour or nothing. They had a traffic line off in Georgetown on a 7-mile stretch, trying to get into the 7-mile stretch, coming back for 2 ways. And we were like, what's going down here, And then I saw a lot of this chicken wire stone taken down. And when I crossed there a while ago, a lot of them are there empty now. So it's a mess down there, and the partial road is blocked off from traffic. It's a good thing that we have that middle lane there that we can go into to swing around it, going west. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But now there's supposed to be 2 cruise ships tomorrow, so what are they going to be doing there tomorrow now with that road? We don't know because, Mr. Glidden, we go and we build, and we know we got to use partial of the road at some point in time for these buildings. Instead of them going to get proper permission and proper timing to go and do what they're going to do when they have to use partial of the road. It's like they just come out and don't even give you no warning throughout the island with what they're doing. And, since I got you online, I want the MPs in West Bay to hear this. On Northwest Point Road, where they went and fixed up the dock. They got a huge sidewalk there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And cars is parking in there. And there's a blinder coming out of there to look to the right to see if anything is coming so you can come out and continue going to the left. So whoever the MPs are in West Bay, I know who they are. They know who they are. They need to go and not let any cars park up on that curve where that sidewalk is at. They're at the dock apparently, but cars are parked up and blocking. You can't see what is coming from Silver Sands into What road do you
Isn't it against a lot of park on the parking lot? I mean, on the sidewalk.
No. They're on the beat. They're on the dock. They're on the dock, but the sidewalk is there, and the vehicle that is coming on the left-hand side from Silver Sands, that's the Silver Sands, they are blocking the view of who's coming out of the dock. So we goes in there with visitors from time to time, and you can't see nothing. You can't see coming out. So it's going to be a major accident happening sooner or later. So they need to go back and tell whoever is parking up there needs to stop blocking the view coming from, east, north, south, west, I don't know, Silver Sands. That's the Silver Sands area. On the left-hand side, you can't see nothing coming. You'll see to turn left or turn right because there's vehicles park up there. Sometimes there's trucks park up there. And Mr. Glidden, you can't see nothing. You got to take a chance and come out. So I just hope the MPs hear something and go and it's what it did there is really nice. But the vehicles that is being parked up there is blocking the view coming from Silver Sand area into what the road name again? The Turtle Farm Road.
Northwest Point Road?
Northwest Point Road. No, we got too many name roads around here. Northwest Point Road, yes. Right by where the big almond tree was located.
Right, okay.
Big old almond tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, something need to be done about that because someone going to get hurt back in that corner with the cars being parked up in trucks.
Yeah, put up some no parking signs.
Well, they can park. They just can't overload the dock because then you have to see to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Going in is not too bad. It's the coming back, but you can't see great. And I noticed since they did a lot of work at that dock too, I not see too many buses and taxis going in there lately neither. So I don't know what is going down with them not entering in there as much. I don't know. I'm just saying. You could go in there sometime and you couldn't get in sometime. Or you couldn't get back in because there were so many buses and taxis in there,
Yeah.
And on the stretch of the 7-mile stretch in downtown Georgetown, But something need to be done. Yeah, but I'm quite sure someone want to call you. But I'm glad that they're mowing them stones. They should know better. And if I take my hat off to the planning for once because when you do good, I give you good points. When you do bad, I don't give you no points. I give you bad points. All right. Thank
All
you.
right. You have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye bye.
Yeah. Planning. Let it be known to the developers of the Grand Hyatt there that they either had to reapply to have those that stone wall as high as it was be a part of the structure because it was not in the original plans that were approved, or take it down, and they chose to take it down. So it's only going to be about 5 feet high now, apparently. Let's take another call here. Good afternoon. You're on the Air with Talk today.
Hello, Charlo. How are you?
I'm fine. And yourself?
Oh, not bad. A couple of days ago, I don't even remember the days or the date, you had a caller who seems to have been in construction. And I think he was on point when he used planning, but it's really the CPA.
Yeah.
Was speaking as to when an application goes in by a developer and people object, then they're successful and with their objections. Then within a short period of time, because in my neighborhood we experienced that the application was brought back on a modification after it was turned down by the CPA. There's a period of time that you should appeal when an application is not approved.
Right.
Anyway, to make the story short, after they passed the modified plan, we appealed the matter. And what is so interesting is that when we went to the appeal hearing, and it's in the judgment, it was said that how inconsistent the CPA was. And in the judgment, they said that these are the words, and it can be checked because it's a public document, that they were going to rule in our favor. But because of a letter by an architect, they decided to rule against us. Now, in law, that was not a material fact to really make a decision on. And what the problem is, they did not. They just was just irrelevant from the fact. People find it difficult, to appeal these matters because they have to do this out of their pocket.
Right.
But I felt within that matter we could have won that in the Grand Court because the case law actually speaks that you don't make these, let's call it salacious remarks. And it's case law, that has proved that. But anyway, I'm glad to see. I was reading on the website the other day on the Judicial Department. They have a lady now that is going to deal with some legal aid, matters as a lawyer. So I'm hoping that can assist the public, on a public issue matter, because if it's hard for you to take your pocket and fund a public action matter. So
because sometimes you don't know how much that bill is going to get run up.
Right. And I hope that, cases like what we've experienced, just say if somebody from the group tries to make an application in the future of a similar thing, that I hope it works, that they can, the legal aid personnel that they have assisted to deal with, mostly, the poor people, but I guess public interest matter may be able to be handled that way too. So it's kudos, for to the Chief Justice for actually considering at least having, counsel now to assist the legal aided, person.
All right. Well, access to justice, should be available to all of us.
But when the four ladies from West Bay, they've been active in a number of matters.
Right.
Previously, when an application was made to assist the public for, particularly in the West Bay Road, they were told that they don't give legal aid in the interest of a public matter. You imagine that?
Mm.
And all of this we have in writing.
But what is it? Is it the legal assistance clinic?
No.
No. But I mean, there's something now where you can get free advice. As far, I guess, maybe where you stand. Do you have a case to even try and pursue this? I know the law school is involved in it.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But there's times that you you can go through the legal aid office and ask, for a lawyer for a period just to give you an opinion too.
Okay.
And if it's not worth it, well, the matter is not actually proceeded with. But I wanted to share that caller did have what he said, was correct about these applications.
Yeah, I saw something too where people bringing their applications back 3-4 times, and actually just minor little tweaks have been done to them, and it's like they just keep trying. They won't take no for an answer, basically.
And the fact is, if an application is turned down, it's turned down. You have in the Planning and Development Act, Section 48, you have a right to appeal when you turn down.
Mm-hmm.
So there could be some circumvention there.
But apparently, from what I was reading, they hadn't even really changed that much from the original application. They just made some minor change, and it's like, let's try this again.
Right. That was what happened to us. It was a very minor, application.
All right. Well, thanks for making us aware of those things.
Okay. Have a nice evening.
All right. Thank you for the call. You have a good afternoon. Yeah, that's something that's been in the public domain of recent times, how these applications, they are brought back, time and time again, basically seeking the same thing when there's been no significant change, to the plan itself, or addressing the objections that had been made. I'd mentioned this earlier in the show that businesses getting this email from CUC saying they would help them in the burden of the fuel cost rate, which of course is billed 30 days after you actually use it. For example, the August fuel rate, which has now reached its peak for the summer, because it's in June it started out at 0.195 cents per kilowatt, has climbed now to 0.235 cents per kilowatt. That's for August, but you'll get that bill in September. And the way things are going, who knows what September is going to be bringing, because, of course, what has caused all this increase in fuel is the conflict with Iran, the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, and that seems to be basically at a stalemate where the U.S. and Iran are just, trying to out-negotiate each other, each one making a claim that you should do this. No, we're not going to do that. And that's a ridiculous claim that you want to make. And things just seem to be drifting around and no real conclusion. Oil continues to, go up, and that's where we get our increase in fuel. Anytime the world market is increasing the price for a barrel of oil, it's going to trickle right down to us here in Cayman, of course. And when a organization like CUC buys fuel, it's not like they can buy it, like, oh, let's buy it this week and it'll be here next week. They got to do that in advance, get that all lined up. And even though when that oil may arrive, things may have changed as far as the price of oil, they had to buy it when the price was higher. Let's get this call in here before we're out of time. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Mr. Charlo, I'm back.
Yeah.
Mr. Charlo, I've been looking at observing our elections, for quite a few decades. And I got to say, Mr. Charlo, I think that our Caymanian political leaders are some of the most entertaining. And
wait, did you say the most entertaining?
I mean, the campaigns that they run is very entertaining to me. And I think I mentioned it before on the radio, I think Cayman has some of the best political leaders in the world. I mean, when I think of it, And Cayman is advancing in such a way. I mean, no wonder people want to stay from another country or come here and steal your money out of your bank, hack into your places because of the money and everything else. But that's what we need to work on now. We need to work on stopping them from doing that kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, the hackers, we definitely need to put up some kind of barrier against them.
Yeah, because I heard that you were saying that they must target you too and some other people from the radio station. And then one day when I
didn't say they targeted us at Radio Cayman. I was saying targeting Cayman.
Yeah.
Because you're always hearing about all these scams. You know, like every month there's a new one.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the money, Mr. Carlo. But that's a terrible thing.
Yep, always about the money. Well, thank you so much for the call.
Okay, Mr. Charlo.
All right, you take care. Yeah, we're coming down to the end of the line here, and I hope you enjoyed our interview there with Lloyd Barker and his foundation, encouraging young people to go and get an education and helping them to, have the tools that they need to return to school, which school opening is right around the corner, right? So getting those kids all ready, anything from, a backpack to a haircut. That's a great effort there. It is 2:30. That means I'm out of time. Thank you all for tuning in and calling in. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have our very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Happy anniversary, Radio Cayman. After 20 years behind your microphone, I'm proud to celebrate this golden milestone with you. Thank you for 50 years of service to our islands. The news, the culture, the Caymanian spirit. Cheers to the next 50. This is Tanya Mitchell.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cineco. Keeping Cayman covered. Visit Cineco.ky for your quote today.